Today I'm going to share with you how I declutter my wardrobe. I have like a 5-step process that I roughly follow every time I clear out or declutter my wardrobe, which I feel like I do probably about 2 times a year. I like to stick to kind of a capsule wardrobe. I wouldn't say I'm as strict as I used to be, but I like to keep a fairly minimal, simple, small, seasonal wardrobe.
I want to thank ThredUp for partnering with me on this video. They are helping me to declutter by using their convenient clean out service, and I'll show you how easy it is to do that later in the video. You can also order your free clean out bag today by using the link in my description.
So today I'm going to bring you through all 5 steps. They're not complicated or crazy steps or anything like that, but these are just a really simple kind of easy way to go through your wardrobe and declutter it. Sometimes it can be really overwhelming, I think, to declutter your wardrobe, especially if you are new to say minimalism or simple living or capsule wardrobes. A very stuffed full closet can feel very overwhelming to go through. So these 5 steps make it much simpler and digestible to weed out the things that you no longer need in your wardrobe or life. So step 1 is to take everything out of your closet, everything that you are planning on decluttering from your wardrobe, so ideally your whole wardrobe, and I personally like to put it on my bed. This is kind of like a Marie Kondo style where you gather everything up from one category, put it all together, and then there's that big visual impact of the heap of clothes on your bed, and it helps you to, I think, kind of have that realization of how much stuff you own. And I feel like it can be sometimes a little, it can bring up feelings of guilt and shame that you maybe spent money on items that you don't no longer use. Just know that you're not alone in those feelings, but it's a good way to kind of get that one big impact of, wow, I have all of this stuff. And I think it feels very motivating to then simplify that pile to just the things that you love and put them back in your wardrobe. So step 1, take everything out, put it on your bed. So that's what I'm going to do now. I have most of my clothes in here, but I do do a kind of a capsule wardrobe. I used to be much more strict in my capsule. Now I just kind of stick to a small set of items for each season, or for me, I kind of do one fall, winter one, and then one kind of spring, summer wardrobe. So I have a few items that are off season in another closet that I'll grab too. So this is pretty much my entire wardrobe. I'm doing a little bit of laundry right now, so it's not every single piece I own, but it is enough to start decluttering my closet. I have this is kind of my off-season things right now because it's winter here. I have bottoms, sweaters, and then tops and some dresses and skirts and stuff. So next step, I like to pull out the obvious yeses. So another way to do this is kind of the Marie Kondo style, where you can, decide if something brings you joy. So the things that bring you the most joy, the pieces that I just love, they are staples in my wardrobe. I know they're not going anywhere. And I take those items out and then I put them back in my closet. The reason for putting all of these items then back into my closet is it starts to kind of build your wardrobe very quickly. And then I think that visual representation of your wardrobe is really helpful then when going through the no's and maybes. You can kind of get an idea of the cohesiveness of your wardrobe through your obvious yeses, the things that you love, that you feel good in, that fit you well, that are, like I said, just staples in your wardrobe. So that's what I'm going to do now. So the stuff that I pulled out for my obvious yeses are obvious yeses and for this season right now. I'm not going to put any of my spring and summer stuff in there, and I think I'm going to go through those and kind of pull out the obvious yeses here right now. But they're not going to go in my wardrobe because I personally like to keep my spring and off-season stuff in a different spot because it's visually easier for me to get ready in the morning when I have less stuff in my wardrobe and stuff. I'm not seeing stuff that's a different season that I know I can't wear, and it just streamlines the process of getting ready for me. So now these items are kind of like my maybe pile. I know there's a few no's in here, but now I need to go through all of this stuff. That pile over there, that is my like summer yes. So that will be tucked away into a different closet that is my seasonal wear. So here are all of my obvious yeses that I added back into my closet. For me, it's just a really nice way to visually see what I have and what I really love, and I feel like it pulls together kind of like a capsule in a way very quickly. When you pick up a different piece from your maybe or no pile, it makes you really think, does this actually fit into this wardrobe that I have and love that's in my closet right now, along with some other questions that I'll ask myself that I'll tell you about here in just a second. So now I'm left with a pile of clothes that I don't right off the bat know that I absolutely love and essentially brings me joy. Now what I'm going to do is pull out like the obvious no's. So for example, these pants right here, I have had these for a while and I love the like wax denim type of thing. They're from Madewell. They have a zip up on the side, but honestly they are way too like low rise for me now. I just prefer to have my pants be like mid rise or high rise, like decently high. I just feel like it looks better on my petite frame, makes me visually look like I have like a bit longer of legs, and they're just more comfortable to me and something that I like. So I know that these are an obvious no, so I will put them in kind of like a no pile. Now, so take out all the items that are an obvious no to you. So now I'm left with my maybes, or like I don't know what I want to do with these necessarily, pile of clothing. This is usually the most time-consuming part of decluttering, is like making the decisions on the things that you're just not sure about. But I have a list of like 7 questions that I ask myself when I'm kind of sorting through my maybe pile. I like to take the approach of Marie Kondo and pick up each piece and ask myself, does it bring me joy? And if the answer is no, then I pop it into my donation pile. If the answer is yes, but it's like kind of a hesitant yes, if that makes sense, I ask myself these other questions. So the next question I'll ask myself is, have I used this in the last year? If the answer is no, maybe I need to think about letting it go. Another question I like to ask myself is, will I actually use this in the next year? So for me, I live in all 4 seasons here, so sometimes there's things that I know I won't use now for a good couple of months, but like, will I use it within the next year, or essentially when its season comes up again? This is one of my favorite questions to ask myself, is would I buy it again? Usually that really is like, oh no, I probably wouldn't buy this again, and it helps me to kind of let go of the monetary value that I spent on it, that I kind of associate like with the item. That can be sometimes hard to give it up because you spent your money and you feel like, well, I should keep it because I spent money, and you don't want to waste your money. But if you ask yourself, would you buy it again? That can really help kind of weed out those pieces that you're having a hard time getting rid of because you already spent the money on them. Another great question to ask is, does the item fit you? And if the answer is no, then you need to figure out, like, do I want to repair it or tailor it, I mean. If the answer is yes, another question to kind of follow that up one with is, do I actually feel good in it? Like, things can fit you, but you might not actually feel comfortable or good in the piece. So it's important to ask yourself, you know, does it fit? If you don't know, try it on. And if, you know, you need to decide if you feel comfortable in the piece, you know, if it fits. Another great question that is something I struggled with pre-capsule wardrobe was having items in my closet that didn't fit my lifestyle. So asking yourself, does this piece fit my current lifestyle, is very helpful for me. And then the last question, question 7, is, does this piece add value to my life, and is it worth maintaining? That can be a really powerful one too, is, does this piece actually add any value to my life? I mean, you are the keeper of all of your stuff. You have to maintain all of these things. And then, you know, essentially the mental load of getting ready every day and like browsing past a piece that you you know, there's like a gut feeling that you just feel like probably should go. Does the item, you know, is it worth being in your life? Which can sound like a really philosophical question for clothes, but you know, a lot of times people hold on to things for sentimental values because they spent money on something, and you know, kind of going through these questions can help you weed out those items that you're holding on to for the wrong reasons. I think another thing with capsule wardrobes is you often see things a lot, so it can kind of lose its novelty. And that's the thing with this one, but I love this. I actually really do love this, and it does bring me joy. So it's going back in my wardrobe. So those are my items that are off season, and I will put them in a different closet that I store my off season clothes in, and pull some of those out as it actually gets warmer here. I know it's spring, or like starting to be spring for a lot of people. It's not yet for me. I'm in Minnesota. We still have lots of snow coming and cold weather. And then these are just items that should just go in my like coat closet more. These are like functional warm pieces. I wouldn't really consider them like the most stylish things, but they're very warm. And then this is a long maxi dress that I love, but I don't have any kind of like events coming up that I would need to wear a long maxi dress, and to be honest, I don't really wear that stuff on a very daily basis, so that's just going to go in kind of my off-season or a special occasion type of closet. And then down here you have my pile of no's that I'm going to get rid of, and I have one item that needs like alterations for it to be useful in my closet again. And here is the new visual of my closet. I love that doing this a step, you know, seasonally or at least 2 times a year, because it really helps me prepare for the next season. Like right now it's February, and a lot of people are starting to talk about their spring wardrobes, and there's all the spring stuff coming online, and I'm really excited for spring and summer. But here in Minnesota, our winter lasts like a decent amount of time, so realistically, I have like at least another month and a half with my winter wardrobe, which can be slightly depressing, and sometimes it can be hard for me, but you know, I just reshuffling your wardrobe like this and kind of cleansing it, I think helps me get a new like look at my closet, and makes this like last little bit of winter and wearing all of these items that I haven't for so many months, like a little refresh to it.
And then the last step is to donate, swap, sell, or recycle your unwanted items.
Today's video is sponsored by ThredUp, which is the largest online consignment thrift store where you can buy secondhand items for adults and kids at up to like 90% off the estimated retail value. All of their items are super high quality. They inspect all of their items, so you know that you're getting a really, you know, quality piece off of their website. ThredUp is a great way to add a lot of items to your clothes without breaking the bank, because everything is secondhand and, you know, much more affordable than buying brand new. Plus it is, you know, really eco-friendly. One of the easiest and most cost-effective ways to be a bit more sustainable is to buy things secondhand, like your clothing. And for me this year, I decided to give up fast fashion, which is like slightly intimidating, but I think that, you know, buying secondhand is such a great way to build a more sustainable closet. It's a fun way to try out maybe some trends or help you discover some bits of your personal style, because the investment is low. ThredUp also offers a clean out service. You can request a clean out like kit on their website, and they'll send you like a box and a prepaid label, and you can ship the items back to them, and they will buy items back from you. So it's another great way to then make a little bit of money to invest back into your wardrobe. Or they have a new option now, which I did, is you can print the label yourself at home and just use one of the boxes that you already have, and pop it in the mail and send it back to them.
You can also order your free clean out bag today by using the link in my description.
ThredUp handles everything after that: quality inspection, item photography, listing your item, and sending it to their lucky buyer. So once ThredUp receives your box of clothes that no longer bring you joy, they will inspect the items for quality, they will photograph them and list them and send them off to the buyer. Once your bag is processed, you'll receive cash or credit from ThredUp. You can also choose to donate your bag, and $5 proceeds will go to your charity of choice, which I think is a really cool option. ThredUp accepts items that are in high quality condition, name brands, defective free, on trend, ideally less than 5 years old, clean and freshly washed. Some good brand examples would be like J. Crew, Banana Republic, H&M, Anthropologie, Zara, Madewell, those types of things. ThredUp is not a get-rich service. It's really all about convenience. They help you make room for items that you actually love in your closet and help you get rid of the unwanted items that you have. And by doing this, you also do a little good for the planet. ThredUp accepts about 40% of the clean out bags that are sent to them. I love knowing that the items that ThredUp doesn't use from my clean out box will be responsibly recycled too. I also thought it would be kind of fun to make you guys a free PDF that has those 7 questions on them that I ask myself when I'm decluttering my wardrobe, so you can like tack them up inside of your closet, like the door or inside there somewhere, so that you have this visual reminder and these like 7 questions you can ask yourself. So in the description below, there's going to be a link. You'll see like get the free PDF here. All you have to do is sign up for my newsletter, and then you'll have access to my free PDF that you can download and print off and hang it up in your closet. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it has you motivated to clean out your closet and go through and declutter a bit. It is that time of year where, you know, it's like the beginning of the year where you want to like, you know, go through all of your things, or at least I get that vibe. And then also kind of the change of season. I think it's such a great time and a great opportunity to go through your wardrobe and declutter it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.